Good morning, Sonia here at Galactic Soul Healing. Today is the 10th of February 2022. I just thought I'd do a little quick reading once again. Just a 3-card spread, just to help us with the energies of the day. But doing a little walking meditation this morning, what came up was this thing about mastering our energy. So, as you know, there's a lot of stark contrasts going on in the world at the moment. There's a lot of overwhelming kind of intense, somewhat negative stuff going on that we're needing to navigate. But also on the flip side, there's some really awesome energies going through, and a lot of people are participating in the higher consciousness area, and getting quite enlightened and becoming more at peace, experiencing more happiness, bliss and joy states, primarily because of those high frequency energies that we've got coming through. And the trick is to navigate these extremes, and of course it is all about state of consciousness, but on the way there to the higher consciousness state, we are having to navigate a whole lot of things. So this spread, I think, is going to be on that theme of how we can get help and assistance with or what things we can do that will help us to navigate these extremes or contrasts of energies going on that are external, coming at us, but also internally, because as you know, the inner reflects the outer and vice versa. So we need to be able to cultivate that energy of being the author and the creator of our consciousness and of the way we see things, okay, and the way we do things and the way we are, rather than being a victim of things that are going on. And that's not easy to do because, as you know, many of us have had past lives where we have been victimised, and so that's kind of a bit of a default that we have fallen into. So it's a bit of a learning process. So I'm just going to do a quick shuffle, and I'd just like to call in archangels, spirit guides, ascended masters, any light beings as well to assist us. Now I'm just going to briefly talk about the decks we're using. 1, 2, 3. The first one here is the far box on the left, which is the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's quite an awesome little oracle set. And this one here I'm shuffling is the Fairy Wisdom Oracle by Amy Brown. You can probably see that if you want to zoom in. Nonetheless, I'm going to bring it over anyway, just so you can get an idea. Fairy Wisdom Oracle, that's pretty cute. And I also put that in there to kind of lighten up the energy a little bit, because some of these images here are quite whimsical and fun. So that's the other thing too, we're having to navigate things like the really heavy stuff going on, but also being able to give ourselves the light respite. Okay, so the fun, happy, joy times as well at the moment. And as time goes on, you'll morph more and more into peace, happiness, harmony and bliss, okay, because that's the way things are going. But that's not without some turmoil and some degree of chaos possibly going on. But the trick is to kind of navigate it. So this last deck is the Gods and Titans by Stacy Demarco, and I put that in there. We put these divine feminine, divine masculine kinds of images, just to keep in mind as well that in navigating all these contrasting things going on, if we can tap into whether you're a man or a woman, tapping into your divine masculine and divine feminine aspects. Okay, because we all have both. And so this might kind of give us another little hint or tip about that as well. So I'll cut the decks in a second. So I'd just like to call upon or thank She Spirit for assistance in advance. And any messages that come through, please help us with taking on anything that resonates and things that don't resonate. Help us to not feel pressured to, take that on, because, we're all at different stages, and obviously, my life is not what I say may be influenced by my upbringing, which is, different for everyone. So, and the other thing too is, you may well have your own take on some of these images. So we will look at them individually and then together as well as a group of images. So thank you, Spirit, in advance for giving us these images that will help our subconscious to perhaps look at new perspectives and new ideas and concepts, and to help us to make little shifts along the way that we need to make. So thank you again in advance, and we're grateful for everything that you've given us. Okay, well, let's cut the decks. I'll do that now. So we've got that. This one. I like to cut with my left hand because the left side of the body is generally more receptive to energies coming through generally. Okay, so let's start with a whimsical. We'll start in the middle, just to lighten this up a little bit. Okay, we have Magnolia. Isn't that awesome? I love that. I love that image. Now, she is like a little fairy sitting on there, and you know what? I wasn't going to do this, but, and I know this is really annoying, sorry folks. Number 21, just because sometimes there's just some key phrases that image doesn't give us much. Okay, the key images are here. Focus, which is really awesome. So that's basically the thing we need to glean from this today, is that this thing is about focus, but I think it's going to be yeah, so it's actually about focusing on your spiritual connections. And this is very timely in terms of mastering energy, because it is also a card about cultivating faith that spirit and higher frequencies are there to assist you. And the other thing too about this image is that it's a very delicate being, and we as humans are more delicate than we realise. We are like this in terms of when it comes to spirit. We are, see this, the branch, she's supported, she's surrounded by beauty, and she's contemplating. And, if you can find a nice space to go to, particularly in nature, where you feel supported and comforted, and just really, open your heart to, even if you don't believe it 100%, open your heart to the possibility, okay, at least of the possibility that there are high frequency beings, light beings, ascended masters, okay, who are in high frequency vibration, and not to mention archangels as well, of course. And I really love how the fairy images are often, they look angelic because of the wings, okay? And this is our potential here. Okay, as we are transforming and going through shifts internally, okay, our body chemistry is changing. We are literally energetically more chakras are coming on board, and yeah, so eventually, you know, we will feel as though we have wings and that we are light, because we are, okay, like light. And that's about spiritual contemplation and focusing, giving yourself time to focus on that, and that will certainly help you to master your energies. But along with this is learning to relax, giving yourself permission, time out, and really contemplating that spiritual connection. I really like that card. Now, and also I just want to take note quickly just of the colour pink there. Pink is actually, this is also another little point, sorry, I'll just add in, is that for relaxation you can use colour. So pink is a very calming colour, okay? You might want to Google colour therapy. Types of music can be really awesome as well. But this colour pink here is just beautiful, and it's also a colour of love, okay? Love, comfort, relaxation. And you know what might be an awesome thing to do is, if you're going through a lot of hard times, make your bedroom like a little haven. Get some pink things. I know the guys might not be into this, but there might be like a really light, if guys you don't like pink, but you know, there's no reason why you can't. Obviously you still benefit from the vibration of the pink if you want to do that, absolutely. If you don't, for people generally, men and women that don't like pink, you could perhaps go for like a light blue, or a really soft orange apricot-y colour is also really probably closer to the pink. A soft apricot is very nurturing and caring as well, so you can certainly incorporate that into your decor. So this is about softness, gentleness, spiritual contemplation. I love it. The next card here, which was literally straight off the top of the deck here. What have we here now? This is direct contrast. Can you see that? This is awesome. See the beautiful soft pink gentleness, and this is the kind of things that we need to be navigating in ourselves and being able to master our energy. We have potential to do this, and we have the potential to do this. Now this is about Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Now that Serpent of Fire, I believe is probably about Kundalini energy. I'm just going to see, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm just going to grab the book, sorry. Right, we have Serpent of Fire. So let me just quickly, these are not numbered, which is a little bit of a thing. Okay, 152. I don't know, my eyes went straight to it. Okay, here we go. 152. It's actually a really powerful image, this one. That is Lady Isis there, of course. Serpent of Fire. Okay. So it's about transformation. Okay. This is saying Lady Isis is guiding you through your transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. And no kidding, folks, I've got chills right now because this is what a lot of us are going through. We are literally shedding our skin, old skin, and we are going through a transformation. This is awesome. It says, trust that you are growing and are more capable than you have been previously. Okay. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply. You know, as all this other external stuff is falling away, we can't measure ourselves by that sort of stuff anymore, can we? It's all about new things. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before. You need to learn afresh what you are capable of, and Isis helps you now. So this is fantastic. I really love that. She is, and this is particularly in the Syrian collective. I believe this entity, being, energy is there, and I'm not the only one that's, you know, other people that say that as well. And yeah, so it's about transformation, casting off the old and moving into the new. And in terms of mastering our energy, this is something that we need to keep in mind, because the process of change is not necessarily easy or straightforward. Okay, there can be teething issues, teething pains, metaphorically speaking. There will be ups and downs. Okay, there may be intense emotions, but you really need to just then fall back, learn how to hold yourself here, come back to spirit, you know, prayer, even just contemplation. And I'm not saying you have to be part of a religious system here. You can do this without being a so-called religious person, okay? You can just be a spiritual person. And this is going to be really help with this stuff. Okay, because you are also stronger than you realise. And don't forget that you can get, you know, if you need help, ask for it, whether it's be online, in person, over the phone, you know, whatever. Just learn ways to support yourself. Find ways that you can support yourself through this transformation. And of course, what the transformation is we are raising in frequency, okay? But it's a shift of mind, emotions, body and spirit. And the thing that's coming more to the fore as a result of this transformation is the spiritual aspect, okay? Now, the last card, I'm really excited what it's going to be. Sacrifice. Mithra Sacrifice. Now, there's two sides to this coin. Let me see the sides to the coin. Right. So I think this can be about, once again, it's about a kind of transformation, isn't it? It's almost about letting go of things, or giving up certain things, or sacrificing them, if you will. And this is Mithras, and he is on page 76, and he's got a shield there, and that's kind of relevant as well. It's also about, one thing I'm going to say about that shield straight off is that you do need to, we all need to protect ourselves. And I'm not trying to say that from a fear-based thing. I'm just saying generally you need to look after your energy body by setting some boundaries and trying not to submit yourself to too much incoming imagery and talk about violence and destruction and all that sort of stuff, because that is not going to help you shift into a different emotion state. Can you understand what I'm saying? If you are excessively putting yourself in a lot of that negativity, find yourself a way to shield yourself from that. Obviously you can't do it completely, but really just moderate, okay? This is about using boundaries for moderation as well. Okay, so the little blurb here is, examine the balance between healthy sacrifice and being totally selfless. Okay, this is this is relevant. So obviously, in navigating our own energy, looking after ourselves, we have to be a little bit focused on self, don't we? But you've got to get a healthy balance, because there's some degree of selflessness where we're caring for others, and also getting that balance with doing self-care. And this is a big challenge for many of us, okay? Because a lot of us have been brought up in that era of self-sacrifice is a noble thing, okay? And right, so consider establishing a code of honour and harmony. Okay, so it's about if you're mastering your energy, it's about honouring that you have the potential to do that, okay, and honouring it, and really trying to focus on integrating that. So harmonising, working out a way or a balance between caring for others and sacrificing yourself, and then getting some really good quality self-care in there as well, which comes back to, the good old-fashioned taking time out for yourself. Now, in terms of mastering energy of extremes, there are a lot of people in the world right now that are being extremely selfless, and you know what, I can't put them down, because we are all at different stages and in different situations and in different locations around the world, okay? But it's really just saying this idea about balance. And I think that these are really awesome together, you might have your own little ideas about what these images can mean. Yeah, this is also a warrior image here. Mithra is a warrior, so it's almost also about having that and continuing to have that fighting spirit, but also to really honour your inner strength. You have strength to withstand a lot of stuff, and this here is also about the strength, being able to transform and navigate. But here in the middle we have this beautiful supporting, like if we had these two, okay, that to me looks like a lot of hard work. Okay, now in here you add this, and I don't know about you, but that image there causes me to breathe. And so one thing I'm going to say here is about breath. Spirit is just saying to me, yes, mention the breath, because if you're in either of these and you're finding yourself overwhelmed, really in terms of coming back to the deep breathing, that's going to help you to center. Okay, here, relax, care, comfort. Okay, and this is in terms of the contrasting of energies. It's really going to be of necessity, because we're dealing with such other intense things. We need to balance it with some of this. Okay. Yeah. So they're the images for today. I hope that's been helpful. And of course, if you have your own interpretations for those images, all well and good. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.